think about what we were saying about EEAT, and think about when we did a search. Remember how many different featured snippets, videos, and there's Twitter, and there's local search results, and there's, you know, news, and there's, like, you don't have those things. You might have schema categorized to show that this is an event, but like this headliner speaker, there's so little information. So for every one of these event pages, can you add more stuff? And then for the historical events, can you get feedback from the other attendees, and maybe pictures, and maybe encourage people to like check in or tag the other people that were there, right? Maybe there's these other upcoming events. Let's see, the Mesa Career Workshop Series coming up in a few days. Math, engineering, and science achievement. Look, writing about yourself with Melissa Maturino. But there's no other information. Who the heck is Melissa Maturino? Right? So this is not see, most of the time when we see employees that are part of we're the mothership, like De Anza College is controlling things because central IT, you know, doesn't let you do things. I've heard all the complaints about that. But you have this within your control, this page, right? You can add more stuff here to this page. Oh, you're doing, okay, more of that. Okay. So I'll show you, oh, we've got a minute left. It's too bad. I want to show you all these other things. Okay, YouTube, art, shows. So you control this as like a mini site, basically, even though it's a subfolder. Okay. So De Anza's got a ton of traffic and a ton of power, plus it's a .edu. This one only ranks on 200 keywords versus a 62,000 for De Anza. You have a fair number of referring pages, but I'm going to guess you don't have enough information about the planetarium. Laser music shows, parking, all this. So you have to show revenue, right? What are you being measured on? Sales, attendance? Yeah. So you have a lot of these related sorts of pages, but I can run this through ChatGPT and say, hey, I'm in charge of getting more people to come to the planetarium. Here's my webpage on the FAQ. Here's my information about field trips. What can I do to make it better, right? And they'll tell you. How do I structure it? Should this be one page or 3 web pages? Or my favorite one is to say, I don't even know how to do what I need to do or what to ask you. Can you just go ahead and help me understand what questions I should ask you so that you can help me improve this section of the site I do have control over on the planetarium, right? I like to know how to think to ask questions. You can ask it for feedback. What questions am I not thinking about? Well, how might I change my strategy? Not, please generate 10 web pages about blah, 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 blah. That's the misuse. That's the abuse of AI. That's called scaled content, which Danny was talking about earlier, which Google said, don't do that, right? Okay. So I want to show you one last thing, and then we're going to go eat all of Aaron's free food and whatnot. So remember we talked about knowledge panels and these things showing up. If you do a search for any object, like this is me. This doesn't mean I'm famous. People say, oh, you're famous because you have all the colored boxes and knowledge panels and there's all this stuff about me and famous people and all this kind of, all these books. Like this goes on and on and on, right? All this. I have 1 million followers on Facebook and all these other ones. But what's going on here, the AI answer, that's SG, Search Generative Experience, and it shows all this stuff, right? SEO, Content Factory, which is what we're talking about. So you can generate an object like this for you personally, because you work for somebody, but you're probably not going to work at that company for the rest of your life. Don't tell your boss that. But for your company, you can do that. For any of the products, for any objects, you can generate these knowledge panels. If you connect everything together the right way, if you start from the proof of having those things, and then you link things together, you reference them, you drive engagement, you get people to retweet the thing. All those social media is where the content originates and where that initial engagement is to then eventually be repurposed into web pages that then shows Google a corroborating signal that this is who you are. And this is the best place to learn about the eclipse. You know, the planetarium has a thing about celebrating the eclipse or something, right? Whatever it is, like all the things people want to know about, you know, Venus and Mars and all that kind of stuff. All those kinds of topics should show up here in the knowledge panel if we connect everything together. So obviously you're already connected to De Anza College, but you can connect to other people that are well known in astronomy and getting jobs and being queer and all these sorts of things that you want to be connected to on these different community events, right? That's what you have to do. There's no magic secret. There's no SEO person you can hire. You literally have to go through these 4 phases. I have this 221 page thing here, all the way down, and we can talk about all the things you need to do, blah, 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 blah. But what I want to do is just say, look, I'll give you all the training on the Content Factory. I've made millions of dollars selling courses. I'll give you anything you want here. I don't care if it's $10 or $1,000 or whatever, this $1 a day course, the thing I'm famous for, spent $1 billion of other people's money on it. I'll give you anything you want for free, no catch, because I just want to see people take action. I want to see people elevate their best customers, their best people. Even if you work for somebody and you're not the big boss, like you should elevate yourself you should build your brand on LinkedIn, connect with other people here. Like Danny said, make 1-minute videos with other people, right? Do that, and you're going to build your career in digital marketing. You're going to network with other people in this room so that when you have a question, you're building friendships. That's why you come to a conference, to meet people, not to sit there and watch someone else talk, right? And get access to these sorts of courses, and then we can ask each other questions, ask for feedback along the way. Hey, what do you think about this post I made? Hey, what do you think about this? Or, you know, that's really the power of having everyone together in a room like this. So you guys interested? Would you like that? If you want anything I have, just send an email to Stephanie@blitzmetrics.com. I would recommend starting with Content Factory or $1 a day. Pick one of those two. More on advertising or more on managing all the content you have for better SEO. Pick one of those two. Send it to Stephanie@blitzmetrics.com. And if you want to ask me any questions, I'm happy to answer. I might take a day or two to reply to you, but my personal cell phone number is 612-707-8045. Very few people will actually text me. That's why I know I can give it away. Most people are like, oh, I just want to go get drunk. I just want the free food. I'm done with this guy. Anyway, I hope that you guys have a great rest of DigiMarCon. My name is Dennis Yu, and I'm here for you guys. We'll see you downstairs. Thank you very much.